Now, the North Gauteng High Court has found President Cyril Ramaphosa complied with the Public Protector's remedial action. This against Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan. Now, Ramaphosa approached the courts after an exchange of letters with Busisiwe Mkhwebane, in which she accused him of violating the Constitution. Now, the judge found Ramaphosa had, in fact, complied with her remedial action by noting Mkhwebane's report and indicating that he would await the outcome of judicial review by Gordhan before taking action. Let's now talk to Judith February, the Senior Research Associate at the Institute for Security Studies. Judith, thank you so much for your time. I mean, this is a third blow for the Public Protector. What are some of her options now moving forward?
Well, good evening, Samelo. It is the third blow, and really what it looks like is that the Public Protector's Office really has lost all credibility and legitimacy. It's very important, I think, if you're a Chapter 9 institution and someone heading it up, that the credibility of those institutions are retained. And given the number of judgments she's now had against her, it's sort of stacking up like lots of goals in a soccer match. It certainly seems as if, and the Constitutional Court found this, that she does not have an adequate grasp of the law, and certainly the calls for her to go are well-founded, and I really do think that Parliament, which has said that it will look at this matter in September, needs to act far sooner than this. We cannot allow this to become a partisan matter where the ANC or parts of some political parties like the EFF try to cover up the Public Protector's own constitutional delinquency.
Now, it seems the mounting concerns about her fitness to hold office continue to brew, especially with all these court cases that she keeps losing. However, Judith, I mean, it seems it's a case between herself and the office. Does her lack of credibility at the moment, due to, of course, her loss of court cases, also compromise the overall office of the Public Protector?
I think it does, because if one looks back at Thuli Madonsela's tenure as the Public Protector, people had faith in that office and brought matters to her office. She didn't only deal with those matters which were politically sensitive or which caused headlines, but she also found herself across the country, in a sense, to take up the basic cases. Now, last week I see that the Public Protector was going on something of a PR tour, and she was going around to communities and so on, and that's fine, but really I'm not sure how much time she really has and can spend if she's spending all her time essentially taking on Pravin Gordhan and taking on the President. Having said that, there are Public Protector's offices all around the country, but surely this has to affect the morale of those officers, and it can't really be business as usual. I don't think that any Public Protector's office in some of the provinces who see their boss having such an inadequate grasp of the law can have confidence, and we all know that a fish's head rots from the top, as we saw during the Zuma years, and certainly it seems now with the Public Protector's Office.
I mean, Judith, with that being said, we'll still see mounting support coming in from the EFF, pleading for the independence of the Public Protector, also questioning, other individuals who sort of take her to court and say that her authority, as the Public Protector, needs to be respected, but also it needs to stand. Do they have a leg to stand on as a political party, showing such public support for the Public Protector?
Well, of course, any political party can show whatever support it wants, but it has to be based in logic, and it has to be based on the facts. The EFF have taken a position for the Public Protector very publicly, and is party to all of these court cases. And at some point one wants to ask what kind of legal advice are they getting, because so much of this seems to be about the animus which they have towards Pravin Gordhan, his person. The question here is also, why are they taking on why are they taking on her cause in such an overly zealous way? We've also heard that the EFF have said that they are going to appeal today's ruling. Now, that seems to me entirely illogical and a sort of flawed, exercise of their political capital. And it does seem as if the EFF is becoming quite hysterical. They've even attacked the judge today, Tumelo, Firstly, the last week they said Judge Celeste Potterell, they attacked her for being a white judge. This week, the black female judge who was reading out, who was the judge in this case in the North Gauteng High Court, she is now being pilloried on Twitter and other social media avenues by the EFF and their supporters. That is a direct attack on the judiciary, and I think that South Africans shouldn't brook such conduct, and shows how very dangerous the EFF is when they feel cornered and when clearly they have loss upon loss.
Judith, thank you so much for your time this evening.